talked about a little bit about, especially in China, how big those mini micro dramas are.
Yeah.
Right. They're a minute long, and some of them are, I don't know, 148 episodes long. And so you get a full movie out of it, but it's just a minute at a time.
Yeah.
Her company has invested significantly in just vertical drama.
Yes.
So you guys remember Quibi before, where they tried to spend $1 billion and everybody's like, I don't like this.
Is that the Canadian? No, which one?
No, that was an American one
there
that had it
there was
partnered
a
with Bell
Canadian
Media
one
up
that
here.
wasn't there.
Yeah, the Bell Media spent some money on it, and it just didn't go anywhere.
So
It was dead. It was dead in about 4 months. TikTok ran the show. It was TikTok
Yeah,
when
that was a bad
rose.
time to launch that. Yeah.
Yeah. So she's got. I just want to know what you guys think about, like, because you're on the train, you're on the plane a lot, Liz, Jax. You're on the plane a lot back to Nova Scotia, and you will be, and we got to talk about that. How do you guys feel? And Steph, I want you to weigh in on this too. How do you guys feel about watching dramas that are made specifically for vertical? So instead of turning your phone to the side to watch the movie in widescreen, you're flipping it up.
Can I just add one thing to this question
Give it to
before? I just want to add to the context of this. I had this conversation many times over the course of the Canadian Screen Awards. This is a hot topic in Toronto right now.
This is a big thing. Yeah.
People are really asking this question.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there's even a definitive stance or feeling right now in the industry. So yes, I also want to know how we feel about this.
Yeah, how do you feel?
I know a lot of people. I feel excited about it. I just want to see like new content and new, I don't know, angles of content always.
Because they have to shoot it differently.
They have to, they have to shoot it differently. There's a completely different, it's a tight turnaround from what I'm hearing. Different types of budgets. They kind of expect the same quality as a feature film mostly.
Which is intense.
But for not, and that's, I'm hearing kind of both sides of the coin. And I'm sure you did this weekend, but like some folks are frustrated because a lot of, I think that there's an expectation that you'll get the same quality of a movie for that. Like, I think production houses are trying to get the biggest bang for their buck with it's a hot thing to make right now. So I think that they're hiring people to make these for TikTok and then not necessarily investing as much in them. I think if the investment is there, absolutely do it. But I think if you're trying to get filmmakers to make a film
like that
for not the same price, you're not going to get a full film.
Could you get a sitcom? Do you think you could do a sitcom?
Absolutely. I mean, the screen time. I think it's in the episodic world right now. I think that people are like going for like the dramas. I think that the expectations for budgets from the production house or from the big guys are too big.
Too much.
Yeah.
I think we had the same conversation about YouTube.
Okay.
I think when YouTube was hitting the scene and people were trying to figure out what is this online world and what are we going to do with it, we had the exact same conversation of, can you make something for a personal screen that's not something that is a broadcast from Toronto.
Yeah.
And I think it was the same. I don't know how we're going to do it. I don't know what kind of budgets we put into building things for YouTube. But now look at where we are since YouTube launched and those first shows were made to now people are spending budgets like movie budgets to make and fund YouTube shows. So I look at this moment and I'm like, this is going to be really interesting to look back on in 20 years if vertical is going to become, because the phones aren't going anywhere. Like us scrolling vertically is not going anywhere in our culture and how we consume.
I think that they will be the next big thing. And I think that, people consume all media on their phone now. And like, it's all right here. And traditional, I mean, we've been having this conversation for years, guys. That's why we built this. Like traditional media has been changing for years. And the way that we started.
We're shot for vertical.
Right. And and we started.
I shot for vertical.
Which camera? That camera. We started a morning show a year before the pandemic started. So people weren't listening to morning radio in the morning anymore. So you have to be adaptable. And I think like, the proof, it's been there. People are on the phones. So make it for their phones. But with the right budgets, invest in the art.
You gotta invest.
That's all I have to say because now the big guys are on it.
What do you think?
I think that like both are going to be able to live simultaneously.
No question. Yeah, it's not going to take over.
No. And like the film student in me still loves watching things in like a landscape mode and like a full production kind of thing. But obviously with this day and age and what I've done in my career digitally, like vertical is also the way to go. And like, that is what I do. So I can see it living in both worlds. And again, like what you said, we were talking about YouTube and like, it's just, I think it will find its place. I think it's just starting and it's only like scratched the surface. It's like not even there yet.
Exactly.
But I think it's coming and I think it'll just like go hand in hand with everything else.
You know, one of the places that I think in pop culture, because I think sports does a really great job of adopting new technology.
Yes.
One of the things in pop culture that does a great job.
They jump on it
early. Yeah, because there's so much money to be made in sports. So Saturday Night Live. They do a phenomenal job. So Saturday Night Live is one of the first shows that is going to be shot fully in vertical. The NBC has put money into this. So now they're going to be shooting it 2 ways at all times, which is kind of crazy. So if you're on the bus and SNL is live, you'll be watching it in vertical if you want to, which I think is cool.
That's a great
definitely
example.
got a bunch of like younger folks
Oh,
there in
they're
the
funny
past
this
few
year.
years. Like, no, I just mean like in the back end, like
Yes.
they're influenced to go in the right direction. I'm very impressed with that because for quite a while they wouldn't move from what I've heard. Like
Yeah, it was really needing some
fresh blood. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think SNL is the perfect example of how institutions need to meet the moment. I think sports is the other right example here.
Yeah.
And like when we were at the Amazon Prime does a big event in Toronto this time every year where they announce kind of the next slate of shows and things that they're doing.
I was at the one last year. It was good.
Yes, we were at the one last year. And you might remember last year there was a big conversation about how sport and story need to live side by side and how the future of sports marketing is also vertical.
Right.
And how it's all part of how we're storytelling about these athletes and about it's not just watching the game, it's the whole 360 around the game. And I always thought that was a really interesting point for them to make as someone that, Prime Video is a streamer that's not vertical.
Yeah.
Right? Like they're trying to be shows that you tune into on your TV, on your laptop, whatever. But they're also looking at this moment and going, right, we know that it's more than just watching a game live and then watching the next thing. There's a whole ecosystem around it. So I think it's all part of the same conversation. Hey?
It is. But it's a whole different way of viewing, which I think is kind of neat. Because if you're listening to this and you're going, why does this apply to me? Well, imagine you are the person that they're trying to target. You are the person that they want to grab hold of. And what they're looking at are the results that already exist. Can I give you guys a mind-blowing stat?
Please.
Mind-blowing stat.
It's
Netflix. How much money did Netflix make last year in revenue? Just total revenue.
Oh God, don't make me sad.
Oh, I don't think
I just mean about they raised
it's a
their
lot of money,
subscription.
but-
$4 billion.
And by the way, their revenue increased year over year 15.85% to the previous year. So Netflix
it's that $2 increase.
Yeah,
I knew
is
it.
$2.
I
And you know
knew
what it is? It's the ad free. It's the ad tier.
Yeah.
That's where they made
we
a lot
all
of
said,
money.
yeah, we're out of here. Nobody left.
Yeah, nobody
left. We all
Liz,
just joined.
Your thoughts? What do you think? Give me a number.
I think higher than $4 billion.
Mhm.
You know what? I'll do like a Price is Right style $1 over. I'm going to say $5 billion. $5 billion. Let's do it.
All right, Steph, what do you give me a number?
Oh my God, I have
Stephanie
no
looked it up.
idea. No, I didn't. I didn't look it up.
At her
Give me a number.
perch.
Give me a
She
number.
did.
7. What did you say?
I said $5 billion.
7 billion.
You ready? 45.18 billion. That's what Netflix made. Now hang on.
Crazy.
Because you know what made more than that? Reels.
No.
Reels made 50 billion. Reels on Instagram made $50
What
billion
do you mean? Like,
for
what do you
Meta
mean made? Like,
that was the revenue from Reels that Meta made. Isn't that crazy?
And so is that Reels? And that's counting Facebook places, like Facebook month.
I think
revenue.
it is. But Reels, wherever Reels exists, so Facebook and Instagram, but I think mostly on Instagram.
You know, Liz, it's all
not-
from you. It's all from the content
It's
that you're
all like-
making. All the view.
You know, it's funny. We have the same person producing and helping us.
That's
over
right.
here. Stuff.
Ah.
But you see, the Reels thing that made more money than Netflix, and that's all vertical viewing.
And then,
People are clearly here for it.
can I give a hot take?
Yeah.
Give it to us.
Can I give a
Please.
hot take?
Love a hot take.
All right. I hear something like that,
Mhm.
and then I go, why don't people take us seriously? Because when you're in the space as a podcaster, on all angles, sometimes you get the vibe of like, oh, podcasting is its own show. It's its own thing.
Yeah.
And they clip for social and it's its own thing. And then you look at the stats of what people are consuming and watching, and you hear that Reels is outperforming Netflix. And people that are like us that are building our own digital businesses are creating our own verticals and our own content for that platform. And I go, right. So people are consuming stuff that we're making at a similar velocity in their week to week as these studios that are planning their content completely differently. It's just something to think about.
And the thing is too, is that the argument's always been, well, you know, you don't get the same ad money. You don't get the same ad rev as traditional media. It's like they aren't spending the same money. Or we don't know how to sell this yet.
Yeah.
Then learn.
That's the
figure out-
thing. We don't know how to sell this yet.
We don't know how to
is
sell
the
this
key.
yet. And I understand that you don't, but you can get innovative to get those numbers, and those numbers are mind blowing. And it's interesting seeing a lot of the industry play catch up right now, being like, it's all on the phone, you know? And it's like, yeah, you know, we're there too. And like, it's interesting to see that. The only thing that I will say about the stat that you just gave, because like, obviously Facebook's making a bunch of money. Netflix is making a bunch of money. Canadian creators aren't really making money like American ones are, though. So like, when is that going to balance? We aren't allowed. There's laws around that. But if Facebook, Instagram, Reels is making that much cash, I think it's time to look. Like, we're not able to make money in the same way. We're not.
Yeah,
incentivize.
I think it's
make that make sense.
Part of that is scale. Part of that is the fact that Canadian advertising agencies, frankly, and if you're wondering, if you're watching this and you're going, why does this matter to me? Again, you got to remember that your favorite influencer in the States is going to have access to a lot more budget in terms of sponsorship.
People assume I get paid for, like, we don't get paid by the platforms. Like,
no, we don't.
You can't.
There's no
in Canada.
platform payment, and then there's a lot of companies that still don't have. They have radio, they have television, they have newspaper, but they don't have a bucket for digital.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we just buy some meta ads. And it's like, and that's even the government. So this is mind blowing. The Ontario government spends
Stat Daddy. Okay.
I think it was upwards of, I think it was over 50% of their advertising budget goes to Google and Meta. That's not
really?
Canadian radio.
Yeah.
That's not Canadian television. That's not Canadian newspapers. Definitely not Canadian creators.
Yeah.
Right? Even if you're buying, but maybe it goes into Canadian content, but they're buying it through Google and Meta. And so that that money, that tax money that we're spending is going to the States.
Yep.
And that's a problem that we have. We got to figure that out. I don't know how that works, but maybe lobbying the government, but it's one of those.
I think what we need to do is lobby the government, fight the government.
Fight the government, fight the power.
Fight the power.
As my voice is now returning, I want to go to Parliament Hill and fight them about this. I don't know what lobbying means, and when it comes to that, so you better believe. I just want to get paid out.